Uh, so what is Z statistics? Z statistics in general is or can be defined as Z statistics for variable A is equal to the difference between the value of variable A minus the expectation of A. And by expectation, I mean the average of A, that is the mean of variable A. So difference between the value of variable from its mean divided by square root of variance of variable A. And square root of variance is nothing but standard deviation. So for single series or single sample, Z score is equal to the difference between the variable and its mean divided by standard deviation. So Z score is nothing but it is the deviation from mean in terms of standard deviation. If Z score is 2, it means that the value of that particular variable is two standard deviations away from mean. If Z score is 2, it means that that particular value is two standard deviations away from mean. So it is the deviations from mean in terms of standard deviation. This is known as Z score, and I'm talking about single sample. For two samples or more than two samples, I'll discuss in my next lecture. That is also important concept. But now today we will talk about single sample. So Z statistics for single sample is known as Z score. So this is Z score, and I am interested in the area under this curve, and this curve is standard normal distribution curve, which is beyond that particular Z score. So I'll talk about little bit later. Uh, so if Z score is more than 2, then it means that that particular value of variable is outside 95% of all values. This you all know that beyond two standard deviations, data is less than 95% because within two standard deviations, 95% of data is present. So, if Z score is more than 2, it means it is more than two standard deviations from mean. It means that the xi is outside 95% of all values. So, this is how you can locate uh, the particular value in terms of the rest of the data. So this is the table which is given in most of the textbooks at the end, and this table is the area under the standard normal curve. So this table have variations in various textbooks. In this particular textbook from which I have copied this table for you, for Z is equal to 0, the area under the curve is written as 0. So look at the standard normal distribution curve. For Z is equal to 0, it is showing that area under the curve is 0. And for Z, 1.9 and this is 0.6. So for Z, 1.96 area under the curve is mentioned as 0.475. And this to read this table, we need to look at this graph. So if Zi is 1.96, the area under the curve, which is the shaded region is 0.475. If we go on other side of 0, if we go up till 1.96, that is minus 1.96, then the equal amount of area will be there. So there will be the area between minus 1.96 and 1.96. Minus 1.96 and 1.96 is 0.475 into 2, twice that area. So if you multiply 0.475 by 2, you will get 95%. So it is clear that uh, two standard deviations away from mean, 95% of data is there within the two standard deviation range. So this is how we read this table. In some other text, you may find the area under the curve which is on right side. In this text, the area under the curve which is on left side of Z value. Sometimes in other textbooks, it is on the right side of Z score. And we are actually interested in the area which is right side of Z score. It will be clear in few minutes, after few minutes when I'll show you example on numericals related to this Z score. So this is the numerical. The data given is that the mean marks of BSc MLT students in statistics subject was 70. So mean marks was 70 with a standard deviation of 7.5. So this is the data given. What are the questions? Question 1 is, how many students have marks more than 70? Can anybody answer this? This is, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So the question is very simple. How many students have marks more than 70? Because 70 is mean. So half of the students will be more than 70 and half of the students will be less than 70. This is actually, I can say, a common sense. Because 70 is mean. So if such a question is there in your exam, how many students have marks more than 70? So we will go back to that graph. So the mean is 70. Z score of 70 will be 0. So how many students after this 0? It is half of this area under the curve or 0.5, because left side of this 0 is 0.5 and right side of the 0 is 0.5 and the total area under the curve is 1. So how many students after Z score of 0 means 70? For a value of 70, Z score will be 0 because 70 was mean. 70 minus 70 will be 0. So number of students after 0 will be half of this total area, that is 50% or 0.5. So it is very simple both ways, either by common sense or by looking into this table. What is the second question? How many students have marks more than 77.5? Can anybody answer this?
Sir, 88%.
How can it be 88? Because more than 70 for 50%. And it is more than 70.
More than 70, 34 answer. 34%.
Okay. We will discuss this. You are partly correct, but you are not correct. I'll show you why. How many students have marks more than 85? So similarly, how many students have marks between 62.5 and 77.5? how many students have marks between 55 and 85? So this is like your attempt was nice, but we need to take care of both sides. So beyond second question was beyond 77.5. So 77.5 means it is one standard deviation away from mean. And beyond this one standard deviation, we have 32% of data. You are right. So 32%, half of 32% on this side and half of 32% on this side. Okay.
15.87.
So this is how you will calculate. Similarly, beyond 85, so between this 85 and this 55, there are 95% observations. So 95 minus 100 is 5%. So half of 5% are on this side and half of on this side. So it is 2.5% beyond 85. Okay? Because there are two tails of the graph, right tail and left tail. So this is one way in which you can get your questions. The other way, examiner may ask you ask you by giving the percentage at what marks, like at what marks above which half of the class student lie. So the answer is 70 because at the marks of 70, half of those students are more than 70 and half of those students are below 70. Second question is, at what marks above which 16% of the class students lie? So it is clear. 32, half of 32 is 16. So you can get the answer as one standard deviation away from mean. Similarly, at what marks above which 2.5% of class students lie? The fourth question is between which marks 68% of class students lie? So between which marks 68%? It is 70 plus 1 standard deviation and 70 minus 1 standard deviation. So 77.5 and you can subtract 7.5 from 70 to get the lower limit. And the fifth question is between which marks 95% of the class students lie? So it will be the 2 as the boundary between which 95% of students will be present. And any question, any doubt up till now?
सर अगर ये एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आते तो अभी डायरेक्ट लिखना है, डायरेक्ट आंसर लिखना है सर.
Yes, you will write it directly or you can calculate the Z score. Because if you calculate the Z score, it is easy for interpretation. Otherwise, you can write it directly giving the logic that between this and this standard deviations, 95% observations are there. You can write that way also. Any other question? So, the other types of similar numericals. So, the other type is, the data is same. The question is, how many students have marks more than 80? So this cannot be done directly by knowing the limits of one standard deviation and two standard deviations. For this, you need to calculate the Z score. So Z score for 80 is Z is equal to the difference between 80 and 70 divided by 7.5 and it is 1.33. So you go to the table, go to 1.3 and 0.3. So 1.33, the area under the curve is 0.40824. So the question is how many students have marks more than 80? And so your value was 1.33, 0.40824. This was area under the curve. So if this is 1.33, the shaded area is 0.40824, and the total area on left side of 1.33, that is area from this point up till the end point here, is 0.5 plus 0.406, which is this value. This value 0.408. So 0.5 plus 0.408. This will be the area left side of 1.33. And in my question, I was asked to find the area beyond this 1.33. So area beyond this will be, total area is 1. So 1 minus 0.5 plus 0.40824. So this is like, I have solved it here. So Z score is 1.33. In standard normal distribution table, value of 1.33 given was 0.408. So area under the curve on left side of this value is 0.5 plus 0.408. So area on right side of this value is 1 minus this total, and which is 9.2%. So my inference is, above the marks of 80, there are 9.2% of my students. Is it clear? Any question?
सर ये 1 में से माइनस कैसे किया, एक बार वो बता दीजिए.
Okay, so we need to go back to this table. So in this table, area under the curve on left side of 1.33 was 0.408, and this was up till this 0. So this shaded area is 0.408. And beyond this 0, before this 0, the area was 0.5. So you add 0.5 and 0.408, you will get the total area on left side of the Z score of 1.33. And
Yes, sir.
I am interested beyond or more than 1.33, what will be the area? So because the total area under the curve, this I have written, total area under the curve is 1. So if you subtract from 1 this total, you will get the percentage which is there on right side of this Z score. Is it clear now?
Okay, sir.
Any other question? Oh, okay. So this is end of this lecture.